Hey guys, it's Aaron here. Today we're going to look at 5 A minor pentatonic licks. These are really good if you're a beginner or if you're intermediate, just to get your speed up, and even just if you want a refresher or just want inspired some pentatonic licks. This will be a good video for you. So really quickly, if you have a look in the description, I have an ebook which has over 50 pentatonic licks and some theory stuff in the keyage system with all the pentatonic shapes. So please have a look at that, and yeah, let's dive right in.
Okay, so the first thing to talk about when we look at these 5 scales is that they are all taken from the position 1 A minor pentatonic scale. The other thing to note is for pretty much all 5 of these scales I'll be using alternate picking, which means I'll be going down and then up with my plectrum. That will give us more speed, and as you start to play over faster tracks, it's when these licks will start to sound really good. So if we look at lick number 1, you're starting on the top string, the top 2 notes of the scale, frets 8 and 5, and then going on to the B string, frets 8 and 5. Then we repeat the B string and go on to the G string. We repeat the G string and go on to the D string. And then we finish on the root note with some vibrato. The other thing to note as well is my right hand, when you have lots of distortion, will be muting the lower strings. So whenever you're playing up high, you won't have these lower strings or any unwanted noise ringing out. Okay, lick number 2. Quite similar in idea actually, just repeating certain strings over and over, like a little repetitive pattern. So we do the E and B string together, and then we repeat that again. So we've got, and then we're going to group the B and G strings together, doing it twice as well. And then we're going to group G and D together, and then we finish on some vibrato. So again, just looking at how we can group sets of strings together and repeat them, and again when you pick up the speed it will sound really good. Lick number 3. This is one of my favourites. It's really good for starting a solo and then going into like some type of bend. It's really nice. So here we have 3 strings together. This is the way I think of it, groups of 3. So we start with the big string, again just working your way down the scale, or up the scale. And you can pan mute this if you want, or just go as normal. So we've got, then go back a string to the A string and do another group of 3. Go back a string, do another 3 strings. Back a string, another 3 strings. But when we get to the top string, we're just going to pluck fret 5. Then we pluck the B string, fret 5. Then we have a bend on fret 8 on the B string. You can add in some vibrato. When we bend, always remember to use more than 1 finger. I always use, well, most of the time use 3 fingers. And bend and pitch, so 2 semitones up. So you pluck 2 frets up, have that sound in your head and try and replicate it. So the other thing to note is what fingers to use when you're high up. I personally use my 3rd finger when I'm on these strings. You might prefer to use your pinky 4th finger. Doesn't matter what finger you use, whatever's comfortable. In fact, you want to practice good with both. It might be a different story when you're up high. You might use a different finger. Like personally, I wouldn't use my pinky, it's so high up. But again, trial and error. You'll see what you like. It will depend on the lick, what finger you're going to use. But yeah, get equally good with both. Okay, we'll dive into the next lick. And this lick, in terms of rhythm, is using triplets. So triplet, triplet, triplet. And we start on the top string, top 2 notes of the scale, 8 and 5. Go to the B string, fret 8. Then 5 in the top string, 8, 5 on B. And then we kind of repeat that pattern on the way down. So B string, G fret 7, B fret 5, G 7 5, then G 7 5 again onto D fret 7, 5 on G, 7 5 on D. Finish on that root note. And the final lick is a really cool octave idea which I really like. So we start with 2 A notes, but here I am using my pinky finger. It's just my preference. So A and A, down up, being careful not to hit the string in between. Then D and D, G and G, and then C and C. That's a bit of string skipping, so that might take a bit of practice to get used to. And then we have 2 notes, fret 5 on the top string, fret 5 on B. And notice how you can roll your finger rather than lifting it off. And then the final note is we bend fret 8 on the B string. So, hope you enjoy and get using them.